What's up, guys? I'm just a gamer and I'm back with another video. In this video, I just want to basically do what every other person in the world is doing, and that is theorizing on the contents of God of War Ragnarok. Um, I don't know. I okay. Truth be told, the main reason I'm doing this is because if you saw my unboxing of my reaction to the unboxing video, you'll know that when they held up the cloth map, I kind of, averted my eyes saying spoilers. But I couldn't resist taking a look at it, so I ended up looking at it. And to make it not go to waste, I'm just doing this video. So again, these are just my thoughts and speculations as to what's going to occur and happen in God of War Ragnarok. And yeah, let's just dive into it. The first thing I want to talk about is actually something that occurred here in the cinematic trailer. We see right here that Kratos is knocked off a cliff while Atreus is left up behind, and there are words spoken where they say when you're at your lowest and fear and doubt are too much to bear, never forget that you are not alone. And this makes me wonder if at some point in the game Kratos and Atreus are going to be separated. And this is not new. This happened in the first game when Atreus got sick and Kratos had to go to Helheim alone to find the cure. But I feel like Ragnarok might be setting up their separation to not just be physical, but also like an emotional distance, like them growing apart. Something's going to happen that's going to set them on separate paths. I mean, at least that's what I feel like, and this is kind of hinted at in the game's product description. The description is as follows. Embark on an epic and heart-filled journey as Kratos and Atreus struggle with holding on and letting go, against a backdrop of North realms torn asunder by the fury of the Aesir. They've been trying their utmost to undo the end times, but despite their best efforts, Fimbulwinter presses onward. Witness the changing dynamic of the father-son relationship as they fight for survival. Atreus thirsts for knowledge to help him understand the prophecy of Loki, as Kratos struggles to break free of his past and be the father his son needs. See for yourself how fate will force a choice upon them between their own safety or the safety of other realms. All while hostile Asgardians forces assemble. Venture through all 9 realms towards the prophesied battle that will end the world. The way they emphasize the changing dynamic between father and son makes me feel like their separation may not be instigated by an outside force. It may just be them conflicting with each other. And it brings me to a few other theories as well as to how this separation might occur. I think the one most people would automatically assume is their fight with Thor. Now, the fight with Thor, we saw the beginning of it, or we witnessed the how it's gonna happen with Thor coming to the house. We saw it at the secret ending in God of War 1, and it actually showed up again, the same scene in the reveal trailer for Ragnarok, where Thor shows up at the house. And this could easily be the moment where Kratos and Thor and Atreus, they fight, things happen, and Kratos and Atreus lose, and boom, that's how they get separated. And how long or how far into that point takes place in the game, I can't say. I mean, a lot of people would assume it would be the beginning, but that scene could very well be somewhere farther down. And it actually makes me wonder if this one's a crazy theory. Let me hold off on that one for now. I'll temper that one down a bit. But just to come back to the regular theory I was talking about now, is I feel like even without the Thor fight, maybe that's not what separates them. Maybe they survive the Thor fight, they go running or they go looking for whatever. But again, conflicting motivations. As they stated, Atreus wants to know more about the Loki prophecy, and Kratos is still struggling with his past. Even though at the end of the first game I felt we kind of resolved that in a way. Not all of it, but we did resolve a good portion of it. But still, regardless, they're conflicting motivations is otherwise. And the way they talked about how like letting go and keeping things together and their struggle with that, again, makes me think like when they separate in the game or when they get separated, it may not be an outside force that instigates this. It may just be them going on separate paths themselves. Now back to my crazy theory. What if Thor takes Atreus, kidnaps him? Now this isn't as far-fetched as it sounds. We know that in the first game, when I believe Modi was electrocuting Kratos, he started telling Atreus that after he killed Kratos, that Atreus was going to be his new brother, as if he was just going to kidnap him and just take him to Aesir and just force him to be his brother. So it's not that far out to think that maybe Thor will just come and take Atreus, knowing how important, powerful he is, knowing that he's half giant, half god, knowing that he's Loki, knowing, and Odin, knowing what the prophecies that he does, wants him. So it's very easy to think that Thor, during their fight, just kidnaps Atreus. That being said, another good candidate could be Freya. Maybe she's the one who will kidnap Atreus and take him away from Kratos. We know from the first game with Mimir that she has the power to manipulate memories, to, hide information. What's to say that she can't kidnap Atreus and brainwash him with Vanir magic? Convince him that he was never Atreus but always Loki, that he is her son. It's very simple and easy to, make that connection. And it would also maximize, it would be the perfect revenge for Freya, as she feels that Kratos took her son from her, so now she will take his son from him. It would be almost poetic justice in her eyes. She would, take back what he took from her. So that's also another possibility of what could happen. Maybe Atreus getting brainwashed, and we have, as Kratos, we have to fight him. And again, going back to the first game, after the fight with Boulder and you get control back, they have that conversation where Kratos said that, or Atreus asked Kratos, "You would let me kill you?" And Kratos responded, "If it meant you would live, yes." What if we actually have to experience that in the game? What if Atreus being brainwashed by Freya and Kratos, not being able to, he's not going to kill his son like he did his other family, which would mirror, him taking back that pain, that loss, and he lets Atreus kill him? It would almost be poetic in a sense. It would actually fit with the dynamic of the story even. I mean, me personally, let that just be not a permanent death. Let him come back, because killing off Kratos at this point, when he is just skyrocketed in popularity, might not sit so well. But my point is, maybe in this game we will see Loki kill Kratos, just like it was prophesized in the mural. Kratos will die. We don't know. That could happen. It would also coincide with the project description of how a choice will be forced upon them between their safety and the safety of all the realms. Again, maybe that choice is Atreus having to kill Kratos and Kratos letting him. Moving along from my Atreus theories, I wanted to take a closer look at this map that they showed during the unboxing video. As you can see, I zoomed in, and again, the main reason I decided to make this video is because I took a look at this and I felt like I spoiled myself, and I just felt like I just needed to share it. So anyway, so let us first take a look, and we see that all 9 realms are here, and it even stated in the product description that we will be traveling to all 9 realms. Now, I believe it will be similar to the first game, where some realms are more open and can be traveled, and maybe a few others will be just small challenge rooms like Muspelheim and Niflheim. Now, whether they will remain, whether they'll be the same ones as in the first game, I don't know. First, let's actually take a look here at Helheim. We see the bird here, and we also, you can barely see it, but right here where my cursor's at, you can actually see the little faded drawing of a wolf, and that's obviously Fenrir, and I believe in actual North lore, Helheim is where Fenrir is being held, I believe. Don't quote me on that. That's what I'm pretty sure. But it makes me think that we obviously will be going back to Helheim, and we will be dealing with the bird. Well, maybe not the bird, but we will be dealing with the wolf there. So, and we see the boat again too, and I'm wondering if we'll be able to use the boat more like we did in Midgard. Then moving up here to Niflheim, this is where Invaldi's workshop was at, and it was basically the roguelike dungeon basically of the game, where you kept going through it to get more and more stuff and different things. And we can actually see here, there's like a few figures here. Like, this is obviously a statue, but this looks more like a person or golem. And this skeleton right here, I don't remember seeing that in the first game. So it makes me think that we're going to be exploring more of Niflheim, and it's not necessarily going to be just another roguelike area. One interesting tidbit here is, unlike every other realm, there's like this conjunction happening right here between Niflheim and Muspelheim. And it makes me think that at some point something's going to happen where we're going to be in between both of these worlds. And then moving on to Muspelheim, again, we can see a figure here standing, and there were no prominent statues in Muspelheim, only the giant sword with the trials. So it makes me think maybe this is Surtur, and we're actually going to be interacting with him. Maybe he's going to be another friend. Moving on to Svartalfheim. If I'm mispronouncing these names, please forgive me. We saw quite a bit of this area in the trailer. We saw that this is going to be a rather large area. It's going to have a town. You can actually see water here. You can see a mountain with a face on it, so more than likely we're going to be traveling to this mountain. There's... Are those watermelons? No. Those are watermelons. But regardless, we can see by the detail here that this is going to be a gigantic area. It's just going to be huge. Obviously Midgard, right here. And I actually believe Midgard is going to be the smallest of all the realms. I believe Midgard is going to be just our travel location, like our go-between, and that's it. The only thing that gives me pause to that is this right here, which looks like a tree, and I'm trying to recall what special tree in the first game we may have come across, but I can't think of any. The only one I can think of are the red trees where Freya is, but I don't know. Obviously they show back here the tree where Mimir was kept and the broken gate to Jotunheim, but I do believe that Midgard will be maybe the smallest of all the worlds in the second game, where it will just serve as basically a nexus point where we travel from. And then moving up to Anaheim, we see more of this light here, and again it looks so much, there's less detail here, so it makes me wonder if this area is going to be one of the smaller areas in the game, or we're going to go there maybe to one specific area, just like we did with Helheim, and then we're going to just come right back. It's not going to be as open as it was in the first game. Then we have Vanaheim, and again, judging by just how much detail and how big it is, I want to say this will probably be the second largest area. It's even close right here to Svartalheim. You can see just how it's almost just as big as it. And again, by the level of detail, we see that we're going to be exploring quite a bit of this place. And we see huts. So is it possible there's going to be multiple cities, multiple people we can interact with besides just the main characters like Brock and Sindri? And then they also show here, I forget the names of the wolves that they chase the sun and moon. So it makes me wonder, are we going to be fighting these wolves as well? Besides Fenrir down here, are we going to also be fighting the wolves that chase the sun and moon here? And then moving on to Jotunheim, this in the first game was literally just a hallway, and we walked it back and forth. Couldn't do nothing. So it's going to be interesting to see what we're going to explore here, because it actually shows us a river and it leads into what looks like a cave. So I believe we're going to be delving deeper into the mountains of Jotunheim. And then obviously, last but not least, Asgard. Now, again, we see houses here, and I very much doubt that's where the gods would be. I'm assuming the gods are going to be on top of the mountain. Could be wrong, but there are also tents here, so maybe men are kept in the tents and the gods are in the houses. I don't know. Regardless, we see a dragon here, top of the mountain, clouds here, dark clouds, the crows. So obviously Odin's up there. But yeah, it's just very interesting. Obviously, I'm pretty sure someone is already looking at a way to decrypt this. I can already see right here, this says Brock. So I'm pretty sure someone's already working on decrypting this if they haven't already. But yeah, so there's a lot of interesting tidbits in this map cloth. And there's probably tons I haven't seen or haven't noticed that other people are going to notice. But it's just, these are the things I saw and what, how I think the game's going to play out with their world. I believe that Svartalheim and Vanaheim are going to be the largest areas in the game, while Jotunheim, Asgard, and maybe Niflheim are going to be maybe the third largest or second largest, and maybe Muspelheim and Helheim are going to be next, and then after that, the very smallest of all the levels is going to be Midgard. Because again, I see Surtur here, and I'm thinking Muspelheim was actually a fantastic area. I loved the way they did Muspelheim in the first game, and I would actually love to see that come back. The roguelike, it was cool and I enjoyed it, but I would actually love to explore more of this area, especially since they're showing this skeletal here and they're showing a bit more things. I feel like we may see more. But yeah, I really am excited to find out what we're going to do in all these worlds, since we're going to, like I stated, we're going to be able to explore all 9 of them. But those are just some of my thoughts and theories. I may do more if I think of some more or feel that any more need to be said, or this could just be the only one. Again, I only did this because I looked at the map and I saw all these little interesting tidbits and I felt like I just wanted to say what I thought. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment down below. I'd appreciate any and all feedback. Follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. And side note, I am freaking heartbroken because I tried pre-ordering the Jotnar edition of the game and it was sold out within literally a minute. Like, I logged in to, I believe it was PlayStation Direct, and the page wouldn't load, and then when it finally did load, it just said out of stock. So literally within a minute, it was sold out. I'm holding out, hoping that maybe they'll make more available as we get closer to the game. That's my fervent hope. But yeah, side note, I just wanted to tell you I'm heartbroken that I couldn't pre-order that edition of the game. I'm just freaking sad. But yeah, please, again, leave a like, comment down below. Appreciate any and all feedback. And until next time, take care and have a good game.